Take me to the river. Oh yeah. Ow! Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report. Made it back down to the river. The rainy season is kind of over. It kind of stopped raining, but it's going to take a little while to dry up this country. Today is December 4th of 2019. The moon is in Pisces, conjoining with Neptune, the god of the oceans. Oh yeah. And then tomorrow, she's going to move on into Aries, stay there for a few days, trine Mercury, square Jupiter. It's going to go on, square Venus, trine the sun on Friday. But then, Saturday, she moves into Taurus. Oh yeah, right? And in the, just before moving into Taurus, she's going to square Saturn and Pluto. But then things start picking up here. We don't really have that many major aspects going on right now. But I want to talk a lot about this Jupiter trine Uranus. Jupiter trine Uranus, they're both slow-moving planets. So it really goes on for a long period of time. And it's exact on December 15th. But really, we can be feeling this Jupiter trine Uranus now. Yeah, and I want to be talking about that. We'll be feeling it all the way through Christmas. It's going to be awesome. But on Sunday then, the moon is going to conjunct with Uranus, of course, trining Jupiter. And the sun, moving through Sagittarius, is going to come into square Neptune. We may be feeling that already, but we're going to be feeling it a lot more, okay, coming up. Venus is going to be sextiling Neptune, and Jupiter, having just moved into Capricorn, is of course going to square Chiron, because Chiron is a very early, it's like 1 degree something of Aries. So we have a Jupiter Chiron square, Jupiter trine Uranus. Jupiter is our, he's the man, Stan, here for a little while. Yeah. And on Monday, Mercury goes into Sag. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to walk backwards. Hold the camera. Remember what I'm supposed to be saying without falling over on these rocks. I mean, this is like freaking nuts, man. But I wanted to get in these other, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 waterfalls going on here. Anyway, so yeah, Mercury goes into Sag, and of course, when it goes into Sag, it trines Chiron. So we can be talking about Chiron a little bit. Last but not least, Venus has been moving along through Capricorn, and next Monday, before the next Pele report, well, actually, I'm sorry, it's next Wednesday, just in time for the next Pele report, Venus will be conjunct Saturn. Yeah? So anyway, I'm going to just try to find a spot where I think you can hear me with all this. This is pretty loud, but we'll see what the scoop is. All right. It's Kaipacha. I call this my Steven Seagal look. And you know what? It's because I have a new identity. I am no longer a Leo rising. Forget all these rings and necklaces and jewelry and all that kind of bracelets and garbage. I'm a Virgo rising. Clean, clear, perfect. None of this loosey, floozy, woozy Leo stuff anymore, man. So bizarre. I mean, I'm going to share a little personally. What the heck? I don't do it that often, but, you know, I'm signing up for this Kundalini teacher training level 2, right? And I'm digging up my level 1 certificate from 10 years ago, yeah, so I can, you know, fill out the form. And I'm going through all my old papers. What do I come across? My original birth certificate. I've had this copy from the county, you know, like for a long time. This is the first time I've seen the original one. It's in my dad's handwriting. And he wrote in there, CST. I mean, he was, you know, that's the way he was. You know, Central Standard Time. I always thought I was born in July. It was Central Daylight Time. So, like, now I got a new chart. I got a new identity. It's amazing. Amazing. My moon's nodes, they move from the 10th house, 4th house, to the 9th house, 3rd house. That makes sense. My Venus-Pluto moves from the 1st house into the 12th house. That kind of makes sense too. My Sun moves from the 12th house into the 11th house. That kind of makes sense too. I mean, it's like, wow. You know, transiting Uranus is square my Sun-Uranus conjunction now this year, and I get a new identity. Oh man. So now it's about work. I thought, you know, with Pluto in the 1st in Leo, I was just here to fool around, but I'm Virgo rising, Pluto polarity point in the 6th house of work. I don't know, man. Sun comes out of the 12th house of meditation into the 11th house of groups and organizations. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you, life, the stars for a little while. There's so much to talk about. I mean, I went for a dip in the waterfalls over there, and then I fell asleep on a rock. And yeah, you know, that Pluto in the 12th house is about returning to source. Many lifetimes where I've wanted to return to source. And I'm really looking at just what that looks like, what that means, what that is. Return to source. You know, we have two fundamental desires. The desire to separate from the source and individualize, and then the desire to return. So like, all of our desires are either separating or returning. So I've been coming up against, they say, as if you want to return to source, you face all your separating desires. So now I'm looking at, well, what is a separating desire versus a desire to return? Jupiter's moved into Capricorn. It's conjoined, you know, with Venus still. You know, she's moving away. She's moving a little faster. But this whole Capricorn energy that's happening all through 2020, this is a real, you know, it's a big time of breakthroughs. It's a big time of, you know, I mean, if I look at Capricorn, it is do, you know, control, dominate. It's the tax man and the government and the corporations and the authorities. Capricorn, the goat, you know, in the tarot is the devil card. It's materialism. And I'm seeing these, you know, record expenditures on Black Friday, and, you know, more of these holidays coming, and, you know, just like more the tariffs and the trade wars. And I mean, it's just like, you know, mankind is just sinking. separating from source, from unity, from oneness, into materialism, dropping down, 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 down. I mean, I don't want to be a drag. Let's not be pessimistic here, but I've been looking into Eris. Eris, the great goddess of discord, an amazing planet discovered in 2005 that has even brought discord into the astronomical society. I'm going to be talking about Eris at length in our webinar on Saturday, getting together with the whole dream team, talking about 2020. You might want to catch that. I'm going to put a link down at the bottom here. This Eris energy is very powerful because Pluto in Capricorn is in square to Eris. Came very powerfully last March, last April, last May, 23 degrees, Capricorn to Aries. But then Pluto went retrograde. It's coming back in 2020, all 2020, and then it's coming back more in 2021 because Eris takes 558 years to go around. It is super slow. And not only that, she's not even on the ecliptic. The ecliptic is where, you know, all these, it's like a saucer where all the planets go around. Eris is tilted 44 degrees. So she's coming up from under the belly, okay, onto the ecliptic, and she's coming right around to her north node. She is actually going to be crossing the ecliptic in 2075. It's pretty phenomenal. This is just like, if you feel it, this is the dark. I mean, she, you know, she would hang around on the battlefields after Ares, her brother, the god of war, after the battle was over, and she would just roam through. I mean, and she gave birth, okay, to strife, okay, to pain, to suffering. Her children were, you know, are all the woes visited upon humanity. And she's coming. She's coming up. She's coming through Seta, the belly of the dragon. I mean, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff, man. So I've been getting a little down lately at the state of affairs, at what I see coming. You know, it's like when you see some stuff coming around the bend. So trying to maintain this positive quality, you know, is really, so like the mantra today, even the mantra today, it's like, do Capricorn. Jupiter went into Capricorn, you know, like join, you know, like come out of your bubble and get in there and get going and assert yourself and you know, and start your thing and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, then I fall asleep on the rock and I think about returning to source, and it's like, wait a minute. I mean, do we really want to do this? The fact of the matter is, it's the south node of the moon, K2, the dragon's tail, the past, the bad heavy karma stuff that's actually in Capricorn. Something Jupiter's coming around to the south node of the moon. He's really going to stir up some karma. 2020 is a big year of karma. What goes around comes around. It can be good karma, it can be shitty karma. I'm not saying what kind of karma, I'm just saying karma. All these light workers, man. Oh, it can't be bad, can't be bad. Anyway, that's so Sun square Neptune. You know, no matter what time of day I was born, I got the Sun square Neptune. you know, and the sun is square Neptune now. Okay, it's from Sagittarius to Pisces, and that is a desire to return to source. They call it escape, avoid, go away, move to Costa Rica, fall asleep on a rock by the river. Forget about Capricorn, the hustle, the bustle, the duty, the work, all this da 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 da. But what I want to say is, you know, there is a way. There's a way to do this dance. And one of it is the north node of the moon is in Cancer until May. That's Rahu. That's the future. This is where it needs to happen. This is coming into Cancer, water, feeling, myself. And here's what it, you know, what I've been putting these things together. I'm not just sleeping on that rock, man. It took a while. You put it together, but what is all this materialism? I'll tell you what it is. It's Chiron in Aries. It's the masculine gone awry. Okay? It's the patriarch gone awry. Needing to conquer, needing more power, more money, more wealth, more possessions, more sex, you know, more fame, more. And why? I've been watching some of these videos, you know, that have to do with the masculine and the feminine. I'm doing this work with my wife, balancing the masculine and the feminine. And here's the story, you know, when you feel, when you are out of touch, connection, no feminine, you know what? People are lonely. Loneliness, emptiness, inner longing. Okay, there's a lot of lonely, you know, Sergeant Peppers out there, baby. That's what it is, man. You're not getting enough loving, so you go shopping. You're not getting enough loving, so you start eating. You know, you're not getting enough loving, you know, you start working and you preoccupy your time and yourself with busyness, business, busyness. There's a balance. I'm not saying that everybody should just like sit around and make love. I mean, that would be nice, but, you know, there's this balance between, okay, this outer expression and this working world and everything, and Cancer, North Node, my inner world, my emotional child that wants to be nurtured and loved and protected and safe and feel the emotions. So I just want to say that it's, you know, there's things could get a little gnarly here if they continue on in this vein, you know, and Eris is going to be coming along kind of revealing, you know, just how sick, just how out of center, out of balance our societies, our religions, our, you know, cultures, our, you know, our business really is. And that's where you come in. That's where we come in, baby. That's where the sun comes in square Neptune. You know. And that's what this mantra is about. You know, and I really, you know, came in with this because, you know, Jupiter in Capricorn, very powerful. Sun moving through Sagittarius. It's also Mars moving through Scorpio. That's not done yet. But, you know, we need to, you know, we need to heal. We need to heal. So, you know, that healing is about bringing into balance. I was reading the meditation this morning about, you know, coming into vulnerability. Vulnerability to experience the mysteries, the ocean of oneness, the returning to source, you know, that love requires opening, softening, really being vulnerable, speaking our fears and our needs, that we are human beings, and then we can be met. Then we can be met at the heart space. Then we can be met, you know, in our emotional, personal space. And we won't be chasing. We won't be chasing and needing and desiring and wanting and, you know, going out with, you know, with all, you know, this materialistic stuff to try to fill what that cannot fill. Even drugs, alcohol and stuff, everything else. I mean, you know, only love can mend your heart. That's the song, isn't it? Some song back then, I don't know. Alright, so, anyway, the mantra for today, come on, baby. I will come out of my bubble to serve the future of man, bringing healing and balance along with intelligence will require we all lend a hand. Which really, you know, this is about, you know, it's like, so what do you do? You know, what do we do? It's like, I want to start a movement, you know, with what's coming up in 2020, I want to start a movement that's called Everything Alternative. Everything alternative. We want alternative education. We want alternative therapies, alternative healing, alternative, you know, belief systems, alternative lifestyles, alternative food, I mean, it's just like the way things are going. And this is what is so cool about Jupiter trine Uranus. Because this is a time, this is a time where we can invent and innovate alternative approaches, alternative ideas. It's up to us to not get sucked in. But the I Ching says what? The best way to fight evil is by making progress in the good. It's not about getting preoccupied, okay, with the politics and with the disasters and the mass murders and all the bullshit that's going on out there, and occupying your mind, and it festers. It's a great word, isn't it? Festers. It reminds me of Uncle Fester in the frickin' Addams Family, or was he the Munster? His Addams Family. Anyway, it festers in there. Okay, and it eats away at you, and it bothers you, and you start getting stomach problems and insomnia, and you know, you can't sleep, and you can't, I mean, you start worrying, and you get all anxious. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Back off. Take it easy, man. Instead of you occupying your time and your energy, wasting your time and your energy on things that you can do nothing about, let's join hands together. Let us, you know, really create an alternative. Everything alternative. I love it, man. That's great. That just came to me this morning. It's you know, it's a good thing. It's got to happen. So this is Jupiter trine Uranus. It's going on, you know, from now till the end of the year. It's a really good time. Think of new ideas, new approaches, new relationships, new communities, alternative lifestyles, alternative energy, alternative. Ah, yeah! That's the intelligence. Uranus and Taurus is bringing, you know, this is it. We can't just do healing and balance. we need to come in with intelligence, with some new ideas and new ways. You know, it can't just be Elon Musk being the only guy with new ideas around here. You know, it's like, hello, let's tap in, man, to the collective superconscious, yeah, of which we are all a part of and one with. Getting a little dramatic. You'd think that I was Leo rising. I will come out of my bubble to serve the future of man, to bring healing and balance along with intelligence will require that we all lend a hand. So, I hope you can. And I know I said the future of man. I wanted to say humanity or humankind. I wanted to include women and everything, but you know, I had to make it rhyme. So I'm very sorry about that. I don't like to, you know, slight the whole feminine energy, because that's what, you know, that's what needs bolstering. That's what needs attention. That's what needs lifting. So excuse that part of the mantra, but try to you know, just get an idea of what I was trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? I better just sign off here. Namaste. Aloha. So much love. Woo!